but we can't poll people's hearts, and we can't see into people's hearts. And so when we're looking at these polls and we're looking at who is voting for Trump, you've got 53% of white women that voted for him in 2020. We've got to reach those women. We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy black men that did vote for Trump. We've got to reach those people. We've got to reach, but we can't poll people.
This is what I'm talking about, man. This right here is what I'm talking about. She mentioned white women. All she said was white women, right? Then she mentions black men and she throws insults before even saying black men. This is the shit that I'm talking about. Everybody else can vote for whoever they want to vote for. If you're a black man and you want to vote for somebody who's not Kamala Harris or not Democratic, then supposedly there's supposed to be some problem with you. You're twisted in the head. You hate yourself. You hate black women. It can never just be anything else. It always has to be that. We always have to be crazy and deranged because we don't want to vote for this woman. But if white women don't want to vote for her, completely fine. It's because they're sexist, which again, I think that comes into play within this election. It did with Hillary Clinton. But people were saying it's because she's a woman, not because she's black or because she's a black woman or because black men don't, don't like black women. They hate their moms, et cetera, et cetera. All this bullshit that y'all are spewing because black men are not enamored with Kamala Harris and they don't believe her and they see through her bullshit. And you guys are trying to chastise us and make us feel bad for not believing in her bullshit. We're being attacked verbally online, on all over social media, and we have been since she became the presidential candidate because we didn't fuck with her. And it's so crazy because if you're black and you say, hey, I don't want to vote for Donald Trump, nobody is going to question or even ask you as to why. Why don't you want to vote for Donald Trump? I just don't want to. I understand that. Anybody and everybody can understand it if you're black and you say that. But if you're black and you say, I don't want to vote for Kamala Harris, why not? Something wrong with you? You like white girls? You hate your mom? Do you even know her policies? You love the white man? You're crazy. You're not smart. You're not intelligent. All these things are come up, and all these questions are asked if you say I don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. Crazy. And I'm going to give you my personal opinion why I'm not voting for it. I'm not voting for Donald Trump either. And yes, I'm going to be a part of the people this year that do not vote. I was going for Vivek and maybe Cornel West. Those are the two people that I like. And neither of them, obviously came out on top because we already know red and blue who's going to be pushed to the forefront, right? I'm not voting for Donald Trump because I don't fuck with him all the way. I just can't. Kamala, the reason why I'm not voting for her is because, again, her history as a DA. And then on top of that, during the whole presidential election, we were under the assumption that, for most of it, we were under the assumption that Joe Biden was going to be, the presidential candidate for the Democrats. So when he's then out of nowhere not, now we have his vice president taking over. There's no process to even pick a new candidate, possibly. It's just her. That's what it is. This is who we have to go with. All the campaign backing and dollars go to her, and this is just who you get. How are we supposed to be okay with that? So from one day it was Joe, and we had a list of his policies, and we knew what he wanted to do, and whatever the case is. As terrible as he was, at least we knew what he wanted to do, and there was a plan, and we had a foresight of what the next 4 years might look like if he was in office, right? Then the very next day, it's Kamala Harris is the candidate now, and this is what it is. We couldn't find anything policy-wise for months on her. Her history as a DA, putting black men away. The fact she was sleeping around to possibly get certain positions. Her I don't want to say her wearing of blackness and sometimes not wearing of blackness. And overall, within the next 2 to 3 months, how are you supposed to give us a plan that's going to take America further in the next 4 years? We haven't even seen you over the course of the last 4 years. And so y'all are trying to make it about race and about black men hating themselves and shucking and jiving for massa and all this stuff. But if you really just look at it, why the fuck would we vote for somebody that from day one into day two is just a whole new person and we have nothing to go off of? It's October 15th and Kamala just dropped a proposal to black men with 5 initiatives on there. And 2 of them, that's complete bullshit. And y'all wanted black men and y'all want black men to vote for her. This is what I understand. Y'all want black men to vote, but then the same niggas that get in office don't do shit for black men. It's crazy. It's like if Kamala loses, we'll be the scapegoat, right? We'll be the scapegoat if she loses. And I'm okay with that, honestly, because I'm looking at it like, and I want other black men to understand that making no choice is a choice, bro. Don't let the right or the left fool you into saying, well, oh, you know, if you don't vote right, you're a dummy, or if you don't vote left, you're a dummy. No, it's not, because if there's not a choice that I personally feel like I should be able to pick, I'm not going to pick. That makes no sense. We have to stop doing that. I'm not picking Kamala just because she's black, bro, especially with her track record. So they've already been, since she became the candidate, they've been rolling out this narrative that it's going to be black men's fault, and it's black men's fault if she loses. And the reason why they're saying we're not voting for her is not because of all the things I just mentioned. It's not because she just came out of nowhere. It's not because she didn't have any initiatives or policies for us besides just up till today. It's not because she put innocent black men away. No, it's not because of none of that. That's not why we don't want to vote for her. It's because we hate our moms, we like white women, and we want to shuck and jive for massa. And we're politically unintelligent. That's the reasoning for why we don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. But it's not. And so I've been tired of going around about as to why I'm not going to vote for her. So I want everybody else that's not going to vote for her standing that, because we know exactly why it is. We don't have enough proof that this lady is going to take us further. Therefore, we're not going to entertain it. Y'all got to get over it. You can't move us and try to manipulate us into voting for somebody. And you're doing all of that. Okay, and then again, we vote for Kamala. Then what happens? We voted for Obama. What happened? He had the I'm the first black person running for president vibe. He had that benefit of the doubt. We gave it all to him. He didn't do the best. He didn't do the worst, but he didn't do the best. So we've already lost hope in black politicians and, you know what I mean, black presidential candidates. Now this girl is coming along. She doesn't get that same benefit of the doubt. She doesn't get the same eyes. We're judging her a little bit harder. And that may be unfortunate for her, but oh well, that's what it is. And for black men, we can't sit here and say, hey, this is something that we rock with. This is something that we want to do. You know? And me personally, I can't do either. They both called for innocent black men to go to jail. Central Park 5, and she put black men in jail innocently and laughed in their faces. From the city, San Francisco. So they both two heads on the same snake, if we being honest. But I for sure don't fuck with Kamala. And y'all gotta understand why we don't. It's not because we crazy and deranged, it's because we don't have enough information. And the I'm a black thing, we already gave that up to Obama. So why would we keep doing that after that? We learned. Okay, that didn't really, we got some Obama phones, what we get. We didn't get that much. So y'all mad about that we don't want to vote for her, and y'all gonna make us the scapegoat. Oh, it's all your fault. Black men are immature. This is the reason why Kamala lost, because they wouldn't get on her side. Or is it that we did not get on her side, or is it that she didn't get us on her side? It's October 15th, and she just dropped 5 initiatives. Like I said, 2 that are complete bullshit. October 15th. This should end in November. She has not tried for us as black men. The problem with Kamala Harris and the Democrats is they expect black men to vote for them just because of the civil rights movement. That's where we're at right now with Democrats. Democrats think because they gave us the civil rights movement and they passed that and put that into office, that's enough for us to just be cool with being blue forever. And it's not. It's not enough anymore at this point. We have woken up and we see that things are bigger than race. It's more of a class situation, and we understand the economy more. And we're reading more. And so we're not just still living in civil rights times where we say, okay, the Dems are all good. So anybody that comes along that's black must be my friend. We're not thinking that no more. And the Democrats still have not caught on to that. And so the same party that's for us is bashing us and chastising us to vote for them. It's like you catch more bees with honey than vinegar. And that shows their true colors right there because they're spoiled, because they're used to getting the black vote. And if they can't get it, specifically the black men, then what do? They're going to chastise you until you feel like you have to do it. This is what they did with C19. They chastise you until you have to do it. They chastise you into it. I'm disappointed in you into it. This is what Kamala, this is what Barack Obama, this is what they're trying to do. Black men, stay strong. Don't fall for it. If you feel like you don't want to vote for either, don't. If you feel like you want to vote for Trump, do it. If you feel like you want to vote for Kamala, do it. But do it off the basis of what you think, not what somebody else is telling you, or because black women or social media is telling us that we're less of men if we don't vote for Kamala Harris. It's like the talking points are absurd as to what we are if we don't vote for her. That alone is me. I'm not going to vote for you. I'm not. She didn't do enough work to get us in there, man. She did not do enough work to get our vote. And I think she knows it. That's why she's coming out and trying to do this tour right at the end. She's giving it all she has. She's on her last leg, but she's not getting the black men vote. I'm not rocking with it. I don't know if y'all are, but I'm not.